Well, hello and welcome back to another channel included video where today, yes, we have finished the national decks. Wait, I haven't even checked if we finished it. Wait, hold up. Are we done? Are we done? Let me check. Oh, it's the bottom screen. We are done. It's a crown. We're done. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I did finish the national decks. Almost. I'll explain that in a bit. I technically have not completed the national decks. It's mostly done, but yeah. There's a few things I completed in the sense of the game has seen me complete it, but yeah. As you see, I am not. If you're gonna see, I'm not gonna. I haven't really completed it, but yeah. Last time I finished Gen 3 and Gen 2. And actually, I have the whole, I have everyone here. Everyone is here on this save file right now. So just one relook at our Gen 1 boys, and then our Gen 2 girls, and then our Gen 3 buddies here. And then, of course, we're on to Gen 4. Starting down here with the starters, and then going through. And then, yeah, basically, I've completed all the way up to Gen 5. Actually, Gen 4, this was a very hard page, as you can imagine. Oh, that's where my balloon went. I was wondering where that guy went. There we go. Yeah, so I'm missing Darkrai. But on to Gen 5, we have, again, everybody. Yeah, I finished Gen 4, 5, and 6 all near the same time. Just because, well, Gen 4, I had a lot of missing spots. Gen 5 actually had a lot of Pokemon from Gen 5. In Pokemon Bank, because I resetted my Pokemon Black save file, and that Pokemon Black save file had so many hours in it, and I had a lot of stuff on there, and so Gen 5 was very easy to complete. And then Gen 6, I mean, this game is literally Gen 6, and so I had a lot of Pokemon here already, so it was very easy to complete it. And then yeah, so yes, I'm missing Darkrai, and I'm actually missing. I think this is supposed to be Keldeo. I think this is supposed to be Meloetta, or some whatever order. And this is Genesect. I'm missing those three Pokemon and Darkrai. So when it comes to Darkrai, I technically... Wait a minute. Hold on a second, guys. Wait a minute. I actually technically do... Wait. Actually, let me see. Alright. No, you guys can still hear me, but I'm actually on the side of my room. I think I actually technically do have a Darkrai. Hey, hold up. Oh my gosh, I do. Hold up. I have this Darkrai code. Hopefully I'm not showing anything that would make me lose my code. Yeah, so I technically have a Darkrai code that I never used. I think my brother gave this to me. I think you go to GameStop and you ask for this. This was during 20-year anniversary. I don't know if it says, yeah, 20-year anniversary here, the Pikachu 20. Well, technically I do have a Darkrai. Yeah, so I mean, you don't need the mythical Pokemons to complete the national Pokédex for the game, but obviously since this is a living dex, you kind of want to have all the mythical Pokemons. This Manaphy, which is a mythical Pokemon, I actually got it from an event. As you see here, has a Cherish Ball, and then if you look here, it also has a ribbon on it. So it's a legit one from an event. I'm not exactly sure what event it was. I think it actually might be the 20th anniversary event. Also have a Shaman. This Arceus is also from an event. This event, you can see it's a Cherish Ball again. Is a Japanese one, but it has Judgment, Roar of Time, Special Red, and Shadow Force. And so this is one of those special Arceus that can use like all these moves. That's definitely not from 20th anniversary. And this is actually my own Victini. This is my own Victini. I caught it in an Ultra Ball. This was from Liberty Island. Actually was able to snatch a Liberty Island event. Again, that Pokemon Black that I said the save file I deleted, this was on it. This was from that account. But I deleted the mythical, the Liberty Island, so that's no longer there. And yeah, I don't think I can re-get it. And yeah, I just never played in Meloetta Keldeo and Genesect event. I was never able to snag one. However, these Pokemon are able. I could get these in Pokemon Go. So while it's too late to get them in this game, I have other ways of getting them. For example, Pokemon Go. Even though some might consider that illegitimate because it's not a main series Pokemon game, I can still put it in Pokemon Home, right? And then for the other mythical Pokemon, I don't have, or I do have, I should say. I have a Dianthe and a Hooper. This Dianthe again is an event Dianthe. I think it's from 2020 anniversary. This Hoopa is level 50. Yeah, this is actually from the movie. I didn't get this. This was someone. This is someone else's OT. Yeah, it's a Japanese name. I think that's Japanese, anyways. But yeah, movie 15. So I don't have. I'm missing 4. But I also technically have Darkrai here. I have like a bunch of Darkrai's. I have a bunch of Darkrai's on my other accounts, on my other Pokemon accounts. But like, again, this one's from Brian. This one, as you can see, it's actually fully EV trained. And it even has some ribbons. It's fully EV trained. It has a perfect nature. And it's shiny. But the thing is, it's not actually 100. It's not 100% IVs. It's not 6 IVs. It's like 1 IV. So it's very interesting because like there's a thing about like cheating. Because hard cheated Pokemon, for example, when I was looking for like Embors and stuff, because I was trying to complete my Gen 5 Pokedex, I had an Embor, and I'm like, oh, look at that Embor, I can use that to breed. But that Embor in Gen 5, it was caught in Chargestone Cave at level 30 something. And like, an Embor caught in Chargestone Cave. Yeah, that's probably not a legit one. So in the end here, like, yeah, so those Pokemon are like hard cheated. But then there are Pokemon that are what I would consider soft cheated. So essentially Pokemon where you have an action replay and then you cheat in an event. You cheat in, for example, the I don't know what event items are there, like the Professor Oak's letter for Shaman, some examples like that. And like in my account, I actually do have a Arceus and a Darkrai and a Shaman actually, but those are all from the action replay. Right, those are legitimate from the save file, but I got them using the action replay. Darkrai and Shaman, you can actually just walk through walls to get them, and then Arceus, you just need to cheat in the Arceus flute or whatever it's called. So those are like soft cheated in. I mean, they're cheated in, right? But they're like, kind of soft cheated. And then there's also like shiny legendaries that I have. Like, I'm pretty sure this Rayquaza is shiny. Like, is this soft cheated in? Like, I'm not sure, like, because I doubt that this is a hard reset, like, legit Rayquaza. I don't know. It's just like, the Pokemon that I know that I cheated in personally, that are like, even if they're soft or hard cheated, doesn't matter if they're soft cheated. Like I said, like the Darkrai and the Shaman were soft cheated, or Pokemon that are like shiny. I caught shiny. I would consider those like soft cheating. And then hard cheating is just literally just cheating in the Pokemon. Like I have a bunch of Arceuses that are like hard cheated in. Again, not the Arceus that I caught, because the Arceus I caught is level 81. Don't ask me why it's level 81. But then I have other Arceus. Anyways, I'm like dragging on this video too long. So what I'm trying to say is, I try not to put any hard cheated Pokemon, or even like breed from hard cheated Pokemon or soft cheated Pokemon. So this Embor was actually I breeded from an event Embor, because there was an event where you get like Embor, Samurott, and Superior, all with hidden abilities. But yeah, anyway, so let's just go through all these guys, because this video is already almost 10 minutes. I don't know how it's almost 10 minutes. Yeah, but we'll just go on. We'll just go on and show all these guys. Again, Gen 4 was actually the hardest out of all the generations, just because while it doesn't have the most Pokemon, these Pokemon were like not easy to get. Like literally, I didn't even have Staravia and Staraptors. Like I had to like catch them in the wild. Surprisingly enough. And there's also a lot of Pokemon in this generation, like this Roserade, that requires stones, and stones are not easy to get. Or like stone evolution Pokemon aren't easy to get, because I had to like plan out when I'm gonna evolve them in what game. That Roserade, actually, I think I evolved in Gen 4. So I evolved that Roserite in Gen 4, and then I transferred it over to Gen 6. Just because I had a bunch of Dawnstones in Gen 4 compared to this game. And for example, this Miss Magius, I actually evolved this in I think this generation of games. I think in Gen 6 somewhere I evolved it. Or maybe even Gen 5, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon like that. You see that Bonsly, this Mr. Mime, I had to breed them. You know, you have to give a certain Pokemon like Mr. Mime and Sudowoodo, you have to give, and Munchlax, you have to give Snorlax like a certain incense. And then after they have the incense, you breed them and you get the babies. So those weren't that bad. But we're going on to like the hardest Pokemon here, which is like Gen 4 introduced a bunch of evolutions to previous Pokemons. Magnezone being one of them. It is shiny, so you might think, hey, is this one of those soft cheetah in Pokemon that you have? No, this is actually a legit shiny Pokemon. I actually caught this, I remember. It was in Leaf Green. Me, my brother and I, we were trying to look for Pikachus with the light ball, with the light orb, you know, the special item that Pikachu holds. And while we were searching for it, I actually ran into a shiny Magnemite in the power plant in Leaf Green. And so this Magnezone is actually from that game. So it's a real shiny Pokemon. It's a random encounter shiny Pokemon. You can see I caught it in an Ultra Ball. And yeah, I just carried this over. I carried this over from Gen 3 to Gen 4. And then from Gen 4 to Gen 5. And then I just transferred it over to Gen 6. So this is actually a real shiny Pokemon. Not any of those soft cheetah Pokemon. And of course, again, I mentioned last time Rhyperior was one of those Pokemons that I traded in Gen 4, you know, evolved in Gen 4. Same thing with this Porygon Z. I have a bunch of Porygons, but I had to actually farm for a Porygon and then evolve to a Porygon Z in one of those previous games. But yeah, we're going on to ending Gen 5 or Gen 4. Actually, this Dialga and actually this Cresselia that you see here, I actually caught these today in Pokemon Platinum. Yeah, I have a Pokemon Platinum playthrough that's not technically completed yet. And so, yeah, I was able to catch a Dialga, which I still haven't caught the Palkia for that save file. And I caught the Cresselia for that save file. That was literally this morning. Fiona, Manaphy, and then again, here it's supposed to be Darkrai, but I technically do have a Darkrai, but I don't need it for the finishing the National Dex. For the Living Dex, of course, but for the National Dex, I don't. Moving on to Gen 5 again. Gen 5 was actually the easiest. I think out of this whole thing, Gen 5 and Gen 6 were the easiest. Just because they're the newest generations. And I just have all the stuff for it. Gen 5 was super easy, actually. Because a lot of these Pokemon were from Pokemon Bank. And my brother, I think, did this. Like, he completed his National Dex long before. And so there was a bunch of remnants in that Pokemon Bank that I was able to use. And a lot of those remnants were from Gen 5. And again, I also did transfer a bunch of Pokemon from Gen 5 into Pokebank because I resetted my black file. Which I kind of do regret, but all good, you know, all good. Haven't even played it yet, but maybe one day I'll do it. But not anytime soon because there's like so much stuff that I want to do instead. I need to do instead. But yeah, we're just going through all these guys. It's a lot. Alright, it's a lot of dudes. Gen 5 introduced a lot of Pokemon. And I think people like poop on some of these Pokemons. But I really like Gen 5. One Pokemon people poop on a lot is Garbodor. Come on. I actually really like Garbodor. Cinccino, again, one of those hard Pokemons that you need a stone, shiny stone to evolve. And so that was not easy. I had to like figure out what game had a shiny stone to evolve it in. Eventually settled on this. I have like no shiny stones or dust stones, by the way. I'm like dry on those items. So if I need an EV train, a competitive Egg Slash or something, or for like Battle Mason, like it's over. I have to like farm for a dust stone. But yeah, we're just going through here. Again, a lot of these, of course, egging. You see a lot of the Pokemon are level 1, and that's because they're from eggs. My eggs but also a lot of them were just trained like last time I said. I trained a lot of them in Alpha Sapphire in the secret bases with level 100 Blissey's, you know, that classic training method. And yeah, this Buffalon actually was caught in Gen 5. I caught that in Gen 5 earlier, transferred it over here, and then yeah, this is my Volcarona, my actual Volcarona that I use in Gen 5. I use this dude a lot. Actual Volcarona that I used in Gen 5. Trained to 100 naturally. No rare candies, no cheated here. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I may have cheated the levels. But levels are easy, guys. If I cheat level, it's fine. It's not a big deal, I think. If I cheat into a Pokemon, or I cheat it in Shiny, or I cheat it in with IVs, then kind of matters. But I think if I cheat in the levels, it's not that bad. But I don't think I cheated the levels on that Volcarona. I don't think so. I think I leveled it up naturally because I played that file a lot. Anyways, yeah, we saw the 3 missing spots here again. Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect don't have. Alright, but we keep going. This is Gen 6. We're almost done actually because Gen 6 is the smallest patch of Pokemon up to this point. I think Gen 2 may have been smaller or maybe a bit bigger. I think Gen 2 added 100, and I think this generation only this generation added less than 100. This Aegislash was probably the last Pokemon I evolved because I needed a Dust Stone. Also, I mentioned last time that these Slurpuffs and Aromatisse would be hard to get because I don't technically have another 3DS, and so it's hard to trade between 2 DSs, 2 games from Gen 6. So that's what I did. I literally put them in GTS, and then I put like a very specific Pokemon. Like because I have this Breloom here, that's like EV trained and everything. But this Breloom was from my other game, and I put out like an Aromatisse I put a Spritzee with the held item in the global transfer system for a very specific Pokemon. So I put like Breloom from level 80 to level 90. And the reason I do that is because I don't want people trading me like cheated in Pokemon to brick my game. And I don't want people stealing my, my Spritzee with a Sachet or whatever it's called. And so yeah, I was technically able to trade with myself for a few Pokemon. I only did it twice with Aromatisse and Slurpuff. I could have done it with like Kingdra and all the other Pokemon, but it just I don't know, it's kind of risky. And also when I was doing the global transfer system, I actually disconnected a few times, and so that made me a bit scared. So like because of how I just don't want to trade between 2 games using the global trading system. It's just super awkward. It's possible to do it. I've done it. I was able to get a few Pokemon like that. Again, Aromatisse and Slurpuff, I was able to get by using that method. But yeah, it worked out in the end there. So if I need to evolve more Pokemon in this generation, I know kind of how to do that. But anyways, we just keep going down the line. This is actually our last box of Pokemon. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Just more dudes. Trevenant. Oh, I'm actually missing 5 Pokemon. I said I'm missing what? Yeah, I said I'm missing 4. Technically I'm missing 5. This is Xerneas from an event. Actually I have 2 of these. One for this game and one for Alpha Sapphire. And then this is actually my brother's Evotile. And then this is again the event Zygarde. Dancing Hoopa. I'm actually missing Pokemon number 721. That Volcanion or whatever. I'm missing that Pokemon too, technically. Because again, I was never able to play and get that Pokemon at the same time. And so I'm technically missing 5 Pokemon from my Pokédex. But in terms of completing the national deck, I have it all. So anyways, what is my plan now? Gosh, I have to look for Professor Sycamore. I don't know where Professor Sycamore is. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to try to look for Professor Sycamore while I talk for the rest of this video. But yeah, what are my plans next? So now that I've gotten the complete national decks in Gen 6, one of the other things I could do is try to get the national dex for Gen 7, the Lowland region. And so what I can do is I can use Pokebank and transfer all those Pokemon back into those games. But before I do that, because I'm not sure that when you transfer, I'm not sure if you transfer it. If you transfer a Pokemon into Sun and Moon, can you transfer it back into Pokemon Gen 6 games like Omega Ruby and FS Sapphire? I'm not sure. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make a copy. I'm actually gonna breed a bunch and then make another living dex. So I'm gonna have 2 living dexes. One I'm gonna keep around because again, I'm afraid Pokemon Bank something might happen and it might close down service or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. And so before I want to commit my Pokemon further into Gen 7 and to Pokemon Home, what I want to do is I want to just make another copy of the living dex. Well, I might not have all the legendaries, but I'll probably have all the normal Pokemon. And so yeah, that's the first thing I want to do. Is just try to the first thing I want to do is just try to like duplicate all my Pokemon and make like more copies just to make sure that's all good. But then after that, yeah, I think I'll be basically done and I'll start working on Gen 7. And so you'll no longer see me in X. You'll see me in Moon. You'll see me in Moon. So yeah, that's my plan. Of course, there's a bunch of other things you can do with Pokédexes. Like this is just a very simple living dex, but you can always get all the copies of a Pokemon. So like Pokemons have certain genders, so you can have like what's an example? You can have 2 Torchics. You can have the male Torchic that has a dot on his butt, and then you can have a female Torchic, right? You can have the 2 gender living dex. You can have a living dex of one gender and living dex of another gender, and then also you can have more Pokemon forms. So Shallows and Gastrodon have 2 forms, and so you can even get more forms of those guys. And of course, kind of the hardcore living dex is getting the shiny living dex. And obviously, I don't want to go that hard yet. Like I'm just simply completing the Pokédex, getting my shiny charm, and so yeah. Anyways, that's my plan. Next time I'll probably be in Gen 7. I'll do the whole copying of the living dex off camera. That would be kind of boring, and you guys don't need to see that progress. But for Gen 7, I definitely want to hopefully complete the Gen 7 Pokédex, because again, I've already completed Gen 6 Pokédex or in everything before that. So next is Gen 7, and then after that, oh baby, I'm actually gonna make the transfer. All those guys that you just saw are gonna be moved into Pokemon Home. Well, I'll put them in Sword, and boom, we finished the Sword National Dex. But anyways. Alright, look at my decks. Look at my National Dex. Oh, baby. And you've caught 476 of those species in Kalos region. How fantastic. You got every kind of Pokemon in the Kalos region. Congratulations. Awesome. Whatever. Hard work. Yeah, it took me many hours. One of a kind treasure. Here's a one of a kind treasure. At a really good... What? Clip? What? I got a shiny charm. Yay. Now we shiny hunt, I guess. Improved chance of finding shiny Pokemon. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if I even have the Oval Charm. Do I even have the Oval Charm? I don't even have the Oval Charm. Give me the Oval Charm, boy. I guess. How do I? Well, I have to get. Yeah, I haven't gotten. So I've technically gotten the Oval Charm and Alpha Sapphire, but I haven't gotten the Shiny Charm. I'll get the Shiny Charm off camera. Maybe I'll clip it to the end of this video. But yeah. Anyways, a bit of a longer video. I just wanted to talk about more about the whole cheated Pokemon and stuff like that. I went through my all those Pokemon, which was a lot. And then we talked about plants next time. So yeah. Okay, hopefully he gives me the Oval Charm after he looked at all three of my Kalos decks. Alright, there we go, we got the Oval Charm. So yeah, now that this save file is like good on that. So yeah, we're good to go. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. And next time, again, I don't know if we're gonna be in Gen 7 or in Pokemon Bank. But next time, hopefully, I'll have my full Gen 7 Pokédex. So yeah, thank you for watching. Boom! Crown, baby! I'm missing 5. So there's 721. I'm missing... Wait, am I missing 5? Wait. Oh, I have Darkrai discovered in this account. I think I have Darkrai. Any. Yeah, I'm missing 1 here and 1, 3 in the middle there. Yeah, unlucky really. Yeah, I already got the Oval Charm in this account. So yeah, it is a unique treasure. You've been meeting at a good clip. What are you meeting Pokemon at a good? I don't even know what that means. All right, thanks, mate. All right, chance for finding shiny Pokemon. All right, I guess we go in the bag. And we show, yeah, there we go. Oval Charm and Shiny Charm. Alright, Darkrai code. I mentioned it in the video. But then I noticed in fine print, code must be redeemed, 7 years ago. So, will it work? I put in the code. If someone can hack in the code, like my code, I don't want them to hack in my code, so I covered it. Service has been... No!